So talk about don't be spooked, 5 scary home buying and selling myths, Tego.
Okay, let's hear them.
Well, the first one is that you
Only
need,
5?
well, that's all we're going to cover today.
Okay.
Too much else, but it's sort of, on topic. We
Okay.
got to go with
Number 1 is what?
the myth is that you need 20% down payment to buy a house. Our listeners know, Tigo, right? They know that there's down payment assistance programs here in New Mexico that local lenders can help them with. Typically, out of area or national chains don't do those down payment assistance programs that are state funded. But, you don't really need 20% down. A lot of our most used loans are 3 to 3.5% down payment, or of 500 or 1,000 out of pocket if you qualify for those programs.
So just talking about that, so we're still on number 1, down payment. A lot of people think it needs to be 20%, which you get the best rates and it's a little cheaper if you do 20% down, but it really isn't required. One of the stats I saw was that there's about 80% qualify for down payment assistance program that are home buyers or first-time home buyers. Only 13% take advantage of those programs.
There you go, being a statistician again for us.
Yes.
So myth, if I have student loan debt, I can't buy a home. Myth,
Yeah.
right? So I have a stat for that. It is possible to buy a home even with student loan debt. Nearly 1/4 of all home buyers and 37% of first-time buyers have student loan debt. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay,
Myth.
what's your next one?
It's going to take forever to save for a down payment.
Right.
We kind of talked about that.
Yeah. Well, and let's just hit on the down payment programs again. In New Mexico, there's the Mortgage Finance Authority. Oh, no, what are they called now? They're a different name now, but there's down payment assistance programs through the state, even local. There's the Native American loan program. There's a VA loan program. There's rural area programs, USDA. Those aren't necessarily down payment assistance program, but USDA and VA in particular, those are zero down programs that are available for people.
Okay, next myth.
Yeah.
Not a good time to buy because home prices are going to crash.
Yes.
The reality, while, we can't foretell the future 110%, just like we didn't know COVID was going to hit us like it did, which made home prices go crazy up and mortgage rates go down. Home trends and what we know.
Can I just remind people that at the beginning of COVID, there was a bunch of people saying that home prices are going to crash 30%. And I was one person out there. I'm sorry, I'm bragging a little bit because I was one of the few out there saying, no, why? It's like, why would home prices suddenly crash? And of course, we know what happened. It ended up being the opposite.
A frenzy. Yeah, so the myth is it's not a good time to buy because home prices are going to crash. Do you want to tell us about that?
Well, there's a home price expectation survey that's done that looks at a bunch of different economists. And just to give you the short of it, nationally, the expectation is 4% per year over the next 5 years, if you averaged it all out.
That home prices are expected to still go up on average 4% a year over the next 5 years. So
Correct.
4.
Correct.
That's a lot in 5 years.
And of course, some markets will go down, some markets will be more than that. Here in Albuquerque, and we'll get to Albuquerque in a second. We'll jump back to that. I've got some data to talk about there.
The disclaimer there is price trends vary by local, state, national, but in general, across the country, they're expected to be up.
They are.
On average.
Right.
So there you go. There's your scary myths about the buying a home right now.
Thanks for watching the video all the way to the end. We appreciate you. And please click subscribe. We'll keep you updated on what's going on with real estate in the Albuquerque area and New Mexico, and of course, across the entire country. Have a great one.